All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to our weekly Wednesday live stream. My name is Robert Cabaz. I am with eXp Realty, and we do this every single Wednesday. This is our real estate show, Q&A, whatever you want to call it. So welcome in on a beautiful Wednesday. It's like 50 degrees outside, and it's awesome. I feel like it's spring already, but I know that it's not. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about how to get your offer accepted in this hot market that we're in right now. Every single listing that hits the market is having multiple offers. So if you are a buyer and you've been beat out 100 times, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks today on how you and your agent can get your offer accepted the next time you put an offer in on a property. So that's going to be our topic this afternoon. As always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. We are live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, so post them in any of the comments on any of the platforms, and we would love to answer those for you guys. Also, if you could be so kind to share the stream, I would be greatly appreciative if you could do that, and like and comment as much as you want. So before we begin, remember, as always, if you have anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, we love referrals, so please send those over to robcabaz@gmail.com. That is my email address. And then also, if you need to start your home search, you need to check out the open houses, any new listings coming up, or you will just want to browse, all things real estate, make sure to check out my website, which is www.robertcabaz.com. And then finally, if you're interested in eXp Realty or you want to start a career in real estate, please send me a direct message at Robert_Cabaz, which is my Instagram handle. So, yes. Other than that, how was your, I guess it's Wednesday already. How's your week, Josh? How's it going?
Week's going good. Busy as always.
Busy as always. Still in the older studio. We're going to be upgrading again to a newer studio soon, maybe in the next month or so, right? I won't release too much information.
We're probably a month away.
A month away. Okay. So, anything yet? Remember, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We are live Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and please share the stream if you can. We do this every single Wednesday now, and we are talking all things real estate. What do we got?
We got nothing yet.
Wow, that is sad.
I know.
Nothing yet.
I need some questions.
Oh my God, maybe we need to start doing the property of the day and the update and stuff like that.
Maybe
not. Maybe the new format. It's just not taking it. Guys, comment. Let us know you're at least here, and that'd be great. So we'll dive right into the topic. Once again, today's topic: how to get your offer accepted in this hot market. If you are a buyer right now, you know that every time a listing hits the market, it's probably got 20 offers on it. One of our other agents listed a house yesterday. The day before, it actually got listed live. It had, I think, a couple offers on it. $120,000 already over the asking price. So it is insane out there right now. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that I've learned over the years that you can implement and get your offers accepted every single time. Well, maybe not every time. Obviously, nothing's a guarantee. So, yeah. So should we start going over those, Josh? Or do we have anything? What do we have?
Well, Jordan Shields says that she is here.
Jordan, welcome.
Josh Meyer says that he's here.
This is getting awkward.
Okay, so Close with Clancy on Instagram says, how would you go about getting a deal accepted with an FHA buyer?
Oh, we're gonna go over that, Clancy. That is a tough one, man. If you're FHA right now, that's one of the toughest things to get accepted, just because people, listing agents don't like FHA. They don't want to deal with the restrictions. There are a couple things we can try. So I'll get into that in a little bit. That was something I was going to talk about near the end. So we will get right into that. Thank you for the question, though. So Clancy asks, if you are going FHA, which a lot of people are still going FHA right now, you do get a little better rate. And if you are FHA, the problem with FHA, if you guys don't know, is the FHA guidelines are much more strict than like a conventional loan. So when you have your appraisal done, the FHA appraiser comes out and they're going to be way more strict on little things that could, make the deal. We have to extend the deal, another 2 weeks or something like that because we got to get something fixed, or they may not finance it at all. So it's just one more thing that kind of hangs over everybody's head that we're waiting on. And sellers now just feel way more comfortable with conventional. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Anything else, Josh, before we get into this?
SB up in here. She's here.
Sarah Brennan. We just got off the phone with Sarah Brennan.
She's up in here.
Great. Okay, so how to get your offer accepted in this hot market. Number 1, terms. Obviously, we just talked about FHA. If you can go conventional, that is hands down, besides cash, unless you have a bunch of cash laying around where you can just buy the thing outright and close in a couple days, the best thing you can do is have a conventional loan. So if you are FHA, make sure to go back to your lender. I'm sure you've probably already tried this, but make sure you go back to your lender and say, hey, what do I need to do to go conventional? We're wasting a lot of time. We're wasting, seeing all these houses and putting offers in, and, a lot of time and a lot of effort getting beat out every single time, mostly because you're probably FHA. So if you can flip over to a conventional loan, maybe it's your credit score is 10 points away. So figure out what you have to do with your lender, get that credit score up, or maybe it's a debt to income thing. Maybe you need to pay off $100 on a credit card and it'll boost your, you know what I mean? So figure that out. And if you can flip it to conventional, you're going to have a lot better odds getting your offers accepted in this market right now. So conventional, or if you can just pay cash, obviously cash is always king. So go for cash, but not everybody has lots of cash laying around. So anything else, Josh? Should we go?
Well, I got a question.
Yeah.
Because there might be people who tune in that don't know the difference between conventional and FHA. Do you want to?
Sure. Yeah, I can talk about it. Usually, so conventional, the difference is, there's a lot of differences. The main difference is that conventional appraisers come out and they are not as strict when they're appraising the house. So if a conventional appraiser comes out and, there's some peeling paint outside on the windows or something, that's not going to be an issue. But if an FHA appraiser comes in, they're going to flag that peeling paint and they're going to say, well, we will finance this house, but you need to fix the peeling paint, which isn't really a big deal. But the problem now becomes is it's got to come back to us. Now we got to decide who's going to fix the peeling paint. Is it going to be the seller? Is it going to be the buyer? Who's going to get out there? It could be the middle of winter. So now how are you going to paint it in the middle of winters? And when once you do, now we have to have the appraiser come back out, to see that it's been done, and then they're going to charge either the buyer or seller another $150 to $200 as a re-inspect fee, and it just puts the whole thing out another 2 to 3 weeks. That this process is already long enough, so we don't need that to happen. So in conventional, we really never see those things happen unless there's a major repair that needs to be done. And usually if there's a major repair, we would see that in the inspection, and we probably wouldn't even be at that point because it would have already been taken care of. So that's why conventional is that's really the biggest difference. Obviously, conventional, you need to have a little better credit score. You need to have a little better debt to income ratio. You need to usually have a little more money down, although you can do conventional with 3% down. Or even 5% down. So, we can get into that another time. But yeah, those are really the biggest differences. Anything else, Josh?
Not that I'm seeing. No.
And if you guys have any questions, please feel free, drop them in the comments, and we will answer them for you. We are live Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So any of the platforms, drop them in the comments. Josh is on it all, so he will inform me if we have any questions. And please share the stream. I would deeply, deeply appreciate it. Okay, number 2, what you can do to get your offer accepted is something called an escalation clause. This is something that that you can put in your offer, saying, let's give an example of the asking price on the house that you want to buy is $100,000. So you are willing to pay maybe $110,000, but you don't actually just want to go $110,000, and there's going to be multiple offers. So what you're going to do is you're going to write in this escalation clause into the offer that says, our offer is for $100,000. We are willing to go up to $110,000, and we are willing to pay. Let me reword that. We are willing to pay $1,000. You can put whatever you want, but usually it's $1,000 over any other bona fide offer up to $110,000. So say you get, the seller has another offer for $105,000. Automatically, your offer would go to $106,000. If they had an offer for 108, automatically your offer goes to 109. But if there's an offer for 111, you would be stuck at 110, so you would not be able to get the home. But that escalation clause just guarantees that you go 1,000 over up to a certain price. That has worked multiple times, and we're seeing those on almost every offer right now. So it's almost a must-have in this market. Whew. All right. Anything else, Josh? I'm going to go to number 3.
Yeah, go to number 3.
Okay, number 3, appraisal protection. This is something, if you watched my Tuesday tip yesterday, we talked about it briefly. But appraisal protection is you're protecting, the seller is getting protection from if the appraisal comes in light. So with this market now, we're getting all these offers. The price is going up. The price is going so high that it's actually going over market value. So a lot of times the appraisal is going to come in lower than what the actual purchase price is. In that case, you want to have appraisal protection in there, guaranteeing that you will, no matter what, if the appraisal, say, once again, $100,000 is the purchase price, and the appraisal comes in at $95,000, you would write in your purchase agreement that you are guaranteeing an extra $5,000 above the appraised value, up to not to exceed the purchase price. So if the house appraises for $95,000 and the purchase price is $100,000, now the bank isn't going to loan the full $100,000. You have to now guarantee that you're going to bring that extra cash to bridge the gap there. If you understand what I'm saying. Does that make sense, Josh?
Yeah, so you're basically guaranteeing that if the appraisal comes in short, you're gonna cover the difference.
Yeah, because a lot of times what happens, especially with FHA, because usually if you're buying FHA, you don't have a lot of cash on hand to be able to put down, readily available that you can use to bridge the gap there. So if you're FHA and the appraisal comes in light, you're usually SOL. You're usually, you're screwed because you can't do anything. So you're hoping at that point that the seller has to bring the price down to meet the appraised value. In that case, the seller is going to be the one getting screwed. So sellers are getting smart, and they're understanding that that's going to happen in this market. And if they have a smart agent, they should be telling them that. So they need to be looking out for that appraisal protection in every single offer that they get. That is guaranteeing that no matter what, they're going to get at least, if the house appraises a little less than what the purchase price is, then they're going to be covered and they're going to get that purchase price. So that's very important.
So my question on that is there like a cap to the appraisal protection? Would you put in there like, hey, because what if you just don't? What if it comes in?
Yeah, no. There is a cap. You have to sit down when you're writing the offer. Like as the agent, you need to sit down with your client and say, okay, well, how much are you willing to bring? Some may say, well, I'll put $5,000 towards it. I'll put $10,000 towards it. So what you would do is you'd say, buyer to guarantee $5,000 above appraised value, not to exceed the purchase price.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but now if it appraised if the purchase price was $100,000 and appraised for $90,000, now they're still at $95,000. You know what I mean? Because they're going to bring the extra $5,000, so they're at $95,000, and now there's still a $5,000 difference. So, at that point, they have to negotiate on how they're going to get that done.
Yeah. Okay.
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
that's how that works. So, number 4. You need to go over the asking price. I know that seems crazy right now, and I know everybody wants a deal, but man, if you want a house in this market right now, you need to either be at or above the asking price. Every situation is differently. Obviously, if you know it's a hot property that's going to have multiple offers, and guys, when I'm saying this is in multiple offer situations. Now, if a house has been sitting there for 3 months, you don't go at the asking price. Obviously, if it's been sitting and obviously the house is priced too high, or there's something dearly wrong with it. If it's been sitting in this market, so it's obviously these situations I'm talking about is strictly hot properties that are going to have multiple offers on them, and you want to win. Okay, so at the asking price or above is your starting point. Okay. And if you're just joining us, welcome. This is our weekly Wednesday live stream. We're talking how to get your offer accepted in this hot market right now. I'm sure there's a lot of frustrated buyers out there because we're seeing just multiple offers on every single listing that hits the market. So these are some tips that you can use, your agent can use if they don't already know, to get your offer accepted in this market. Okay. If you're just joining us, please, and you have some questions, feel free to comment with your question. We will get to it and answer it for you. We are live on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So any platform works. Anything else, Mr. Myers, before I move on?
Yeah, nothing else right now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we're gonna go to I'm gonna just to recap quickly. Number 1, the terms. Number 2, escalation clause. Number 3, appraisal protection. Number 4, you need to be at or above the asking price. Number 5, and this is more for your agent than you, but your agent needs to be calling the listing agent as soon as your offer submitted. If he's a good agent, he actually call him before, see how many offers there are, see what kind of information they can get, and then as soon as the offer is submitted, call that agent. Hey, we submitted you an offer. My buyer's super excited about this house. They love it. They want it. We're here. Here's our pre-approval. We're going with this lender. They're a rock star. They're a grade A buyer. Whatever you got to say to get that deal. Make that listing agent feel confident about your offer. You need to call them and make sure that happens. You wouldn't believe how many agents do not call, especially when I'm the listing agent and we're in multiple offer situation, how many listing agents or buyer's agents do not call the listing agent. It's crazy. And it's like, that helps so much. It makes us as the listing agent feel more confident in the offer that is being presented. So that is a must do from every agent out there. You need to be able to call. Sometimes what I'll do, I'll ask the listing agent to jump on a Zoom call with me, and I can be face to face and present the offer to them. And that really helps. So your agents need to be getting creative. They need to be doing these things. And if they're not, make sure they do. So calling the listing agent, that is huge. That was number 5. Where are we at, Josh? We want to reset the table here?
Reset the table?
Oh, you don't know what that term means?
I've never heard that in my entire life.
Come on, you're the production guy.
I have no idea.
Should I reset? I guess I just did reset everything, didn't I?
Yeah.
We recapped everything. Okay, we'll go to number 6. Number 6, make sure you're working with a strong lender, somebody that's known in the community and that has a great reputation. This is huge. Okay, when I'm the listing agent and I have 5 offers and I have and 3 of them are from lenders that I've never heard of. They're out of state, or they're somewhere else in the state, and I've never heard of them. I've never worked with them. Not a knock on them, but I can't tell my client in good faith that, hey, I know who this lender is and I know they're going to close on time and they're going to, there's not going to be any issues. But if I have a lender that I've worked with and that is known in the community and that does a fantastic job, I'm going to say, hey, I know this guy will close. I know this guy's going to close. I know that we're not going to have any issues here. And, that goes a long way. So when you're picking your lender, make sure you get somebody in the community. Make sure you're getting somebody that has a great reputation. Read reviews. Make sure, you get a referral from somebody else that's used them in the past, and ask around. It is so important right now to have that really strong lender on your side when you're going up against other offers. And also, I'm going to add a bonus tip in there. Have the lender call as soon as you submit the offer. Have that lender call on behalf of your client to just pump them up even more. Hey, I pre-approved this guy. He's awesome. He's going to close. There's going to be no issues here. We're so excited to get this deal done. Whatever they got to do to make your client sound like he's going to be the best buyer ever. And if you're working with a good lender, they will do that for you. Okay.
We got something on Facebook.
All right, let's go. What do we got?
So Bobby Hall. He says, what's your thoughts on when the listing agent won't talk, says only text?
When the listing agent won't talk, says only text. Well, there's not much we can do about it. We can't force the guy to talk on the phone. Obviously, that kind of sucks, but yeah, there's not much we can do about it. You can insist. Just insist. Hey, man, I want to talk to you. But sometimes that's the case where they do not want to talk. So yeah, you'll run into that sometimes. Grouchy old listing agents. It's like, take a phone call. It's your job, man. Thanks for the question, Bobby Hall. I appreciate it. Bobby Hall is a grade A real estate agent out there, one of the best.
That name sounds familiar.
Never heard of him till today, though. I'm just kidding. Okay, we're gonna go the final one, and this is kind of a last resort, and I do not always recommend doing this. Now, you need to be very careful when you do this. Like I said, I don't always recommend doing this, but sometimes we're in a situation where my client says, I don't care what we have to do. I have to have this house. So this is an absolute last resort. It can come back and bite you in the end. So number 7, waive the residential inspection. Now, like I said, be very careful with this one, because once you waive that inspection, there's no going back. There's no more contingencies that can save you. If you don't like the house, if you have a change of heart, if there's something that pops up after you close, if the roof falls in, if the whole house, whatever happens to it, blows up, you're done. I mean, there's nothing you can do. That inspection, you're done. I mean, you're done. That inspection is very important, but if you want the house, and maybe you've done flips, or maybe you're good at remodeling and you're a handyman, or whatever it is, and you walk through the house and you're very confident, after doing that initial walkthrough, you're confident that, hey, I know this house isn't going to have issues, and I feel very confident, then hey, waive the inspection. But please, like I said, I do not recommend it. It can work. Obviously, if I'm sitting here and I have 10 offers and one of them's waiving the inspection, that is a big deal. All right, that's a big deal. I know that we're going to close an extra week quicker. There's not going to be any hiccups. They're not going to come back to me and ask, hey, we need this done. We need this fixed. We need, you know what I mean? So, yeah, buyers, be careful if you do it. It can be in your back pocket, but like I said, I don't recommend it, but it can work. So remember, and if you do it, don't come back to me and say, hey, you told us to do this. So, because I'm not. I'm just saying it can work. So, okay, that was number 7. So we'll recap one more time. Do we have anything before I recap this?
No.
Okay. We'll recap it one more time. How to get your offer accepted in this market right now. Obviously, terms, you want to be cash, conventional. FHA's tough. Number 2, you got to have an escalation clause. Number 3, you got to have appraisal protection. Number 4, you got to be at the asking price or above the asking price. Number 5, you need to call the listing agent, let him know about the buyer. So make sure your agent is calling that listing agent saying, hey, we have the best buyer. Number 6, make sure you are working with a fantastic A1 lender. He's the best guy in town. Whatever you got to do to find that guy, make sure you're working with him. And then number 7, that was number 6. Number 7, and this one has an asterisk. Waive the inspections. But be very careful when you do that. Once again, I'm disclosing. I'm not telling you to do that, but you can. It can be another bullet in the gun. So, okay. Do we have anything? We'll wrap this up, Josh. Do we have anything else?
Eric Ramo just responded to Bobby. Said, "Text me and I'll tell you what I think."
That's awesome. Another awesome realtor there, Eric Ramo. Shout out to Eric Ramo, representing the Gold Label, EXP Gold Label, representing strong today on the live stream. So, anything else, Josh? We'll wrap it up. What do we think? What time is it? Time for lunch.
Yeah, Kate's.
Do we have time for Kate's?
No.
I got another 1 o'clock appointment. Okay, we'll wrap this up. Thank you guys so much. This was our weekly Wednesday live stream. Remember, if you have anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate this year, make sure to send that referral to robkabaz@gmail.com. We'd be happy to take care of them. Also, if you need to start your home search, you want to do anything real estate related, or just browse my website, check out my website, www.robertkabaz.com. Finally, if you're interested in a career in real estate, or you're already an agent, you want to learn more about eXp Realty while we're gaining 3,000 agents a month, or 4,000, whatever it is. We're about to hit 50,000 agents total. Why we're the fastest growing brokerage in the history of the world, or the history of real estate. Why we offer so many cool things to agents, innovative technology, stock awards, revenue share. We have the biggest lead generation system. We have the biggest collaborative culture out there, virtual office space, whatever you want, we have. It's fantastic. That's why we're exploding like we are. So if you have any questions about that, or like I said, you want to start a career in real estate, you don't know where to go, make sure you DM me on my Instagram. That's @Robert_Kabaz. And we would definitely help you out there. So that is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to look out for all of the other content that I do that's going to be coming out. And if not, we will be back next Wednesday. Okay, so thanks. Have a great Wednesday, everybody, and we'll see you next week.